All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. I am under the weather today, so hopefully I don't sound too raspy. But yeah, so the title of today's live stream is Make Sure to Do Your Own Research. I'm going to get into that and why I'm bringing this up. A few live streams ago, I was talking about how I had a newsletter that I use as a resource to, filtered through my investments for crypto, and that research group was called Palm Beach Research, and the person running that segment of the research that I was getting was called Tika Tawari. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but yeah, I just found out that he got fired from this research group. And let me share. Let me share my screen. All right, so this is actually a filing from the SEC. So let me just read it really quick. It said last Monday, a former employee of Legacy Research, John William McCullough, was charged by federal prosecutors with conspiracy to commit securities fraud. According to the charges from December 2019 through August 2021, McCullough was serendipitously receiving large payments, hopefully I said that right, for recommending low quality stocks to subscribers of Palm Beach Venture while claiming falsely that his work was independent. Okay. This fraudulent scheme was first exposed in the fall of 2022 when the SEC brought civil charges against McCullough. By that time, McCullough had already been fired from Legacy Research. All right, so I'm going to skip all the way down. It says, following the SEC charges against McCullough, the company learned that Tika Takwari had a consulting agreement with DeFi Technologies, a company owned in part by Canadian Merchant Bank, which was also involved in McCullough's activities. So there is a little connection there, right? So he had a consulting agreement. Tika Takwari had a consulting agreement with DeFi Technologies that was part of Canadian Merchant Bank, which McCullough's activities were taking place. Whether Takwari knew of McCullough's fraudulent actions or not, it was a violation of Takwari's contract and company policy for him to receive compensation from anyone that owns shares in companies Takwari was recommending to Legacy Research subscribers, something that happened on 4 occasions. So basically, he was receiving payment from Legacy, from DeFi Technologies to recommend to the people at Legacy Research. Now, I was a part of the Palm Beach Research, but he was giving updates on that. I think they're kind of intertwined, they're connected. So, now, the reason why I say, it's important to do your own research because even though I was getting recommendations from him, I was still, in the Discord chats, I was still doing my own research on the project. They recommended a handful, not a handful, a lot of projects. So I would say like 20 to 30 projects, and they always switch them out too. So, and I probably narrowed my selection down to 3 to 5 projects, and I made sure that I'm always keeping up with those projects. I'm in every project that I'm invested in the crypto space, I'm pretty connected to the people that are running the project. Like I said, I'm in the Discord groups. I go to all the meetups, the YouTube, when they do like a YouTube meeting, the devs and stuff like that. I attend all that. So it's important because they sent me this information a while back. I guess I missed the notification, but yeah, like I was basically getting recommendations from this guy for the last 2-3 years. Now, I would say I had a funny feeling because the way he did his presentations, he was a little more normal like in the actual newsletter. But when if you ever saw Tika Takwari's public presentations, they're like a little scammy and gimmicky, like the way they look. So I always had reservations, and just the vibe. Like I feel like he had good intentions, but there was just something about him that, I don't know. I just had that feeling where it's like I felt like something was going on. But me looking at the projects that he recommended, the majority of them, at least the ones that I got into, they're quality projects. So maybe it was for the Legacy Research segment part of I'm not sure if it's. I think it's part of a whole conglomerate. So they have like I think it's Market Wise, and then they have Legacy Research. They have Palm Beach Confidential, and then all this stuff. Like I was part of the Palm Beach, and I'm still part of it. And they sent out an email saying or a notification saying, "Hey, we have other. We're gonna keep providing you good service. We're gonna find we have plenty of experts because it wasn't Tika that was actually doing the research. He had like good connections, and I think the whole company itself they have really good connections in the crypto space. So the newsletter is still going on. I still get updates from it, but you know. Tika Takwari was the one that was running it, and I mentioned him in my other videos. So I don't want somebody to see this or like find this information and be like, "Oh, like you invested in something that was a scam." I did. First of all, it was a research newsletter, right? So they basically what a research newsletter is, they provide you a newsletter with information on projects that they think are going to do well. And again, like I said, I made a video saying, there's three parts of, paying for information. You pay for the information, but you don't just go off what people say. I honestly have the final decision. Nobody's making my investment decisions for me. It's just almost a way to filter down to the good quality projects. Now, as far as what he was recommending to, you know, the people in Legacy Research, I'm not sure. Maybe they were, like they said, maybe they were low quality stocks. But again, all the stuff that I got into, my subscription was it was 2,500 initially, and then it's 200 a year to keep it active, and I've made that back, plenty. So I don't feel like I was gypped, but again, there was some stuff going on in the background, and I missed this notification, and I just was reading it today, and I was shocked because I've been listening to this dude for a while, so who knows what else he was doing in the background, with the subscribers and stuff like that. Getting paid to recommend stuff that's not really good for the subscribers. So, he gets his money, and then the people that, are probably telling him to promote it, they're selling they're selling into people buying, and it's just not good, right? It's basically securities fraud. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do an investigation on Tika Takwari. He's a smart guy, so he might just be out of the country. I haven't heard from him in a while. Well, I wouldn't say in a while. I think we got a update from him last month, and I think they just pressed these charges, or they let him go recently. So, yeah. So again, even though you're paying for research for people that are experts in the space, make sure you do your own research and you have the final say on your investment. Because stuff like this happens all the time, and people don't have your best interest. People are trying to make money for themselves. So you need to make sure that you're doing your own research on top of the research that you paid for. It's not just, you can't just pay for something and expect it all to be done for you. I honestly do. I think my research is way better than what they provide me. It's just, just to get somebody a second eyes on it basically is why I pay for research like this. But yeah. All right. Enough of this. All right. So Nvidia stock is going up after hours. It's at 717.97. It had a dip. Like if we look at the chart, right? So if we look at the chart, it went to, all the way to 721, and then it crashed to, you could see 674, and now after hours it's 713. So I think this, obviously they create chips for the AI space, for everything pretty much. So, I think it was just a quick little dip. But again, they also, have a $1.67 trillion market cap. I honestly think this could probably be the first $10 trillion company, especially with the AI boom and, people getting into AI, companies needing chips and things like that. I think, and it says right there, Nvidia's share surged to record close, 24%. Yeah. So, with companies needing these chips, I don't see this company going anywhere. It's been here prior to 2002, if you look at the chart. So, yeah, I think Nvidia is definitely here to stay. Who knows if it's gonna crash more? And we'll see. Maybe it crashes here at that to the 474. 474 would definitely be a good buy. I definitely think it could hit 1,000. Maybe in the next 2-3 years, it could hit 1,000. So if it crashes down to 400, I think, or in the 450s in that area where it last held support, I think it would definitely be a good buy in my opinion. But yeah, more to come with that. Like I said, I did buy an AI newsletter. So hopefully there's no fraud with that. The dude that I bought it from, I'm pretty familiar with. But again, you don't know what people's intentions are. People are always trying to make money, and sometimes they really don't care. So, but for the most part, again, like I said, I don't buy this research to just make my final decision. Oh, I bought a book talking about our newsletter talking about AI. Now I'm just gonna follow everything they say and not do my own, research. I definitely don't do that. I go through a lengthy process to make my investment decisions. So yeah. But yeah, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm gonna probably cancel this a little bit earlier today. Let's see. Yeah, no comments. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.